Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. Today I have a lot of content in this video with about 10 minutes, so let's dive right in. This is part of a project that I wanted to start. One of the things I always wanted to do is like do a webcomic kind of thing. And this is the base idea I get, or the thing I want to go for. You can see in the top left that I used the AI, in this case Stable Diffusion, to make a few reference images for me to work with. Worked quite well. The images were quite interesting, quite cool from what I got. So yeah, it's another bodysuit, which by now those who know the channel know this is like my main theme. Well, not my main theme, but one of the things I do repetitively or repeatedly. And yeah, it was interesting that the AI came to the same conclusion. I didn't actually include the bodysuit tag anywhere. This is really the thing that the actually used spacesuit as one of the reference words, as one of the prompts, and it jumped to this with some other input, of course. This is not just a spacesuit, this is the culmination of all the stuff I put in. But yeah, the overall video is 3 hours long, so I had to condense it into 10 minutes somehow. There's also not really a render at the end. There is more a concept render at the end because I'm not finished with this set. But I didn't want to put even more stuff in one video, so I decided I'm going to split this. There is another part coming, the boots, leg wear, whatever it is, and footwear, leg wear, and this is something that will come as well, kind of soon, trademark, not really, but... Or it will come soon. The video will come this week, Thursday or Friday, well, with this video airing on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm still not finished with the whole set. This is what I want to say. So about the project itself, it is something I fought with a length of time. I do want to do some kind of webcomic story. I always, as a child, or no, not a child, as a teen, I read a lot of webcomics, a lot of different ones. There were a lot of really good ones that I enjoyed, that I stopped reading, or that finished, like Dr. McNinja, I think is it called, which was a really cool one. I enjoyed it to the very last. I'm really sad it is over, but also it is really cool that it is over, because there is something like project finishing. You don't have to go on for all eternity with something, and that is really cool, and I really enjoy the whole thing. It's really worth a read, so if you have the time, check it out. It's amazing in all its insanity. Definitely gotta say that, but it's definitely worth a read in my book. And yeah, I want to do a webcomic. I want to do a 3D webcomic. It's gonna be for adult audience, so it's gonna be a bit more lewd, even more lewd than my usual content. And the goal with this is doing a science fiction space story as well, so we're gonna delve into a completely different thing. In one of the recent weeks I mentioned I want to do a spaceship, which is also for this project. I basically wanted to start it, shelved it immediately, and now I'm actually taking these steps to work with this. I'm almost done with the preparations for the D&D campaign, so I will do one more video about that one, or maybe two, depends on how long I make the first one, if I get all the content in I want. But yeah, I'm mostly done with that project, and once I have finished that, I will delve full-time into this. What will the whole thing include? Obviously character design, which is what I'm doing right here. Visually, I will do the the character design explanatory in the next video, probably when I do the finish of the main characters. There will be multiple main characters, no spoilers here. Yeah, and additionally I will have to make a spaceship, which will be cool. I have already a few ideas about that. I just need to see how I can make them a reality. And I will have to do a set. I will have to do setting, I will have to do props. In this case, I know that it will play on one specific planet most of the time, with an additional space station I want to do. So there will be these kind of set pieces that I want to build. Gonna be inspired by Morrowind, so the planet will be fungal growth mainly, which is also easier to design, I'll be honest, than, for example, actual trees and stuff. Like, fungi are easier to design. I'm also playing a lot with lights here. In general, with this setting, this will help me delve deeper into that. The plan is to make the whole thing in DES, but there is a good chance that I will actually have to delve into other softwares as well for lights and different stuff, because the lights that, or the light that DES can do is not enough for what I want to do. So there is a high chance I will delve into Octane in this case, because a friend of mine is already using it and he can most likely, hopefully, give me pointers if he has the time. Yeah. What I'm currently working on is the second design of the Insignia. Like, I've worked on different Insignia designs. The first one is the one you actually see on the small model, while the second one is the one you see in the concept render at the very end. Yeah, and I'm kind of happy with how the second one turned out, because it looks way better than the original one. Really Star League, Star Group kind of vibe, and I'm kind of happy with how this whole thing turned out. Also, it was way less work than I expected it to be honest. Like, it is made of multiple pieces, and I'm really happy with how the whole thing looks out. I actually could have welded everything into one now that I think about it, but it works either way, so it's fine. Yeah, and that's it basically for this whole. No, that's not. That is for the first part. For the bodysuit, I did make a pair of gloves. The gloves are relatively simple and easy in design. You can see that by the time I barely used, well, 2 minutes, or in this case, if you like, I used maybe 40 minutes for the gloves, while I used multiple hours for the suit. Yeah, I'm trying to have the whole thing relatively close together. And one thing that I actually did when one of the recent videos is I started using AI to make textures, as well as bump maps and normal maps, and this whole set has AI designed textures and normals in this case. So yeah, there is, and bump maps. There is a thing to that. It is working. It is. I still need work to actually figure out how to set good prompts for this. But yeah, overall it is working as intended, and that is really cool. Really happy with this. I'm trying to keep the whole thing in a very similar style, clothing-wise. There will be a second bodysuit for a different level officer. So there's that's gonna be before I actually start making the whole comic in itself. And I will not host the comic on YouTube for obvious reasons. Adult content is not liked here, which is fine, I get it, so I'm not gonna post it here. Anyway, I'm really glad with how the UV map for this thing turned out, because I was actually a bit scared, and I actually finally managed to make a good UV map for the glove, which I'm really happy with. It looks good, it works out really well, and yeah, finally something to work with. Anyway, that's it for this video, almost. Did a little late edit detail in this one. I added a shoulder piece that I will also use to differentiate between the ranks in the group. So there will be a few alterations to this one, or a few different models of this one. But yeah, this is just the first base design. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the content. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. And yeah, I hope I see you guys in the next video as well. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys around.